This is Ozzy. His name used to be Romeo, and his buddy Alfie, next door here, both came from the rescue garden about 4.5 years ago. They were Alfie and Romeo. It was my car theme. Hi guys. You got some rock star hair there, Ozzy. Now he's called Ozzy, so we're going to keep that name because that's the name he's had for the past 4 years and some. These are older boys. Alfie is 5.5 and Romeo is 4.5. And unfortunately, they had to be returned to us recently for one of the reasons that rescues exist, because somebody needed help, not because they got bored with them or they needed a vet bill or something like that. This was actually the kind of excuse that makes it legit to give up your pets. Not laziness, but unfortunately some personal issues that his owners decided they needed help with. And so of course we always take our animals back, no matter how long it's been. Hi Alfie, you're so cute. You're so cute. And yeah, so these guys are going to be with us as sanctuaries. They came with some pretty cool rock star stuff. Huh guys, Ozzy. Ozzy. Yeah, so we're going to keep Ozzy's name because that's the name he's known for the past 4 years and some. And Alfie. Alfie, hey buddy. Now Alfie, unfortunately, we have recently discovered, has kidney or bladder stones. You all right, bud? We're having a little issue. Now I want you to watch how you see that kind of pushing his butt up and that little sound he makes. If you hear your guinea pig doing that, they need to go to the vet. Because among other things, that is a prime indicator of bladder stones. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at that. That's a perfect picture, Alfie. Perfect picture. So we are treating him for that. He also had a little infection in his business from the bladder stone because the urine was getting blocked up. And it was dribbling out, so he was getting a lot of urine kind of sitting in there, and so he had a little infection, which we treated. It was easier than I thought it would be. He's very good. He's so well behaved and cooperative. You're one of my best patients ever, Alfie. Do you know that? You're one of my best patients ever. Takes his medicine twice a day. Yeah, very good, man. And then Ozzy here, he's doing okay. Ozzy, he's very silly. So they're here in the window, so they get the garden view, so I can keep an eye on Alfie. He's doing better. We got him to the vet right away. Yep, got the infection taken care of. We do still have 2 very large stones, however, which there's a centimeter stone in his bladder. But then there's a 1.5 centimeter stone of a very strange shape in his urethra. And that is not operable. They can't poke it back in with a catheter because it's just so big. And we're hoping it'll go in back on its own. But they couldn't get the catheter to work there. So we're just kind of hoping for the best. He's on anti-inflammatory, meloxicam, gabapentin for pain. We had to keep his business flushed. They cleaned a lot of stuff out of there, and we've just been keeping that flushed with a 1 to 10 betadine solution. He was on antibiotics for a little while, sulfatrim, for that infection. And we've got him right now. We haven't started potassium citrate at this point. We have instead started him on an alternative medication, which is a Chinese herb called shilintong, which was referred to us by our friends over at SoCal Guinea Pig Rescue. They've had some good results with that, and while it might not help, it certainly couldn't hurt, and it's worth the try. But she's had some good success over there with helping to prevent stones and even breaking up or at least reducing stones in guinea pigs. So we're giving him that twice a day also. The sulfur trim is done. He did fine with that. So that part's all over with. It's just making sure that his urethra is relaxed enough to pass urine and hopefully pass that stone, or at least that it'll pop back into the bladder. I don't think at a centimeter and a half, I don't think he can actually pass it out unless it breaks up, but it could go back into the bladder, in which case we would have to reevaluate and see if he is a surgical candidate. For his age, that would be a pretty major surgery, even if both stones were in the bladder, because they are so big. So we don't know. So we're watching. We're waiting. He's put on a lot of weight. And yeah, about 100 grams actually, buddy. Huh? You'd gotten a little skinny for a while. Haven't seen any bleeding at all. No pink tinges in the urine. So we think we've got it, at least for now, under control. And it's just going to be a matter of waiting to see what happens. Oh, Ozzy, you're going to get everybody all up in arms with that tunnel of yours. Because you know what that sounds like? How you doing, buddy? Such a gorgeous man. Gorgeous. Oh, look at the sunshine. Picking up that orange. Abyssinian here, I'm guessing, but complicated Abyssinian. I don't know if he's mixed with anything else, but he's definitely got those crazy rosettes. I would almost say a Shiva, but the hair is not long enough. But it looks like he may have been on, well, he's a tortoiseshell. Yeah, tortoiseshell. Hi, buddy. Gorgeous boys. Very good, sweet boys, too. So we've got the fence, because like I said, they broke up a while back. And instead of returning somebody, because that's our policy too, if we adopt out a pair of guinea pigs and they break up, then we will happily bring somebody back and try to repair. But you know, they love both of them, and they didn't want to do that, so they opted for the grid buddy option, which is a perfectly fine option for boys and even some girls. We've got our Una, who does not like to have anybody in her house, but she makes great grid buddies with everybody, so we keep it that way, and that's fine. Huh, guys? It works. It works just fine. Okay, so I'm going to finish cleaning them up here. I've got to reset their house, and I just wanted to introduce you to these two little kids. I had a request from the little girl of the family. It had Ozzy and Alfie for all these years, that I make them famous. So guys, let's try to make Alfie and Ozzy famous here on the Instagram. All right, I hope everybody has a lovely day and an even better tomorrow, and we'll check in with these two rock stars another time. Bye, guys.